Hey guys, it's Max Convexity. Hope everyone had a great day. It looks like the market damn sure did. Look at this. Remember what I said? I said we'd close the week on the highs, especially in JEPY. Damn it, we should have bought calls. We all should have bought a bunch of calls. Although, lots of times I say that and I've been wrong. But it would have worked out this time for sure. All right, well, looks like JEPY had a full profit. That's nice. So what is that? 578,000. That'll work. Triple QI full profit 1.5 million. Nice job, guys. IWMY full profit 960,000. Let's check the chart on IWMY. Yeah. Just checking, and my NASDAQ was up more than any of them, or anyway. Looking good, though. Looking good. Great day for the Defiance funds. Let's check in on old Mr. Tress. Of course, Tress trades TLT options. TLT options have been trying to get out of this darn valley of death all week. Let's look at Option Strat, where I have the trade simulated. See what it says. Active TRES. Well, it says we're down $292. Well, it says we're down $292 since we put the trade on, although today was a profitable day for us because we closed down more yesterday. Anyway, you can tell we're trying to work our way out of this darn valley of death. We're almost got our way out. So now I'm gonna pull time forward another couple of days. There's Saturday and Sunday. Saturday and Sunday don't really count, but still, that time decay still happens though. Or they do count, I guess. But anyway, so let's go through here till Monday at 3 o'clock. All right, here's Monday at 3 o'clock. So by then, the Valley of Death is going to be up to 95.16 to 91. Call it 95.60 to 91. I'm sorry, 95.16. Okay. So let's do this. 95.16. Right there. I'll pull it forward I'll make a one-day profit box at a time. There's till Tuesday morning at 8:30. I forget what it was on the downside. It was 92.60, I think. Perfect. Switch the color to red for no profit. Okay. Anyway, that damn profit box keeps growing on us, or the no profit box. we're moving up, but now so's the Valley of Death. So what this is that's happening to us, the Valley of Death is just the options time decaying and wasting away. That's the options bleeding out. In a trade like this, you're hoping for a couple of things. You can make a little bit of money if the options that you've sold decay at a faster rate than the options that you bought. That's part of it. But it's also part of it to get some movement from the underlying, either up or down, where it can move enough, where it can move faster than the options can decay. And it hasn't done that yet, but you remember it did that last week. Our Valley of Death was down here, and we shot all the way up here, but then we sunk right back into the middle of it. That happens sometimes. All right, this is an intriguing trade to me. What should we look at? Let's look at Tesla. All right. Well, Tesla was hoping for a close at 200 for max profit because they have a max profit at 200 because they sold 200 strike calls that expired today. These calls expire 2 points in the money, so it's not ideal, but we still made max profit. Other things being equal, you'd rather have the stock close right at 200. But because when it goes up too much, then you're capped out, and then you miss out on gains that people that just own Tesla got and you didn't get. But whenever you sell covered calls, you sacrifice some of your gains to get some of the money early. So that's just the way it works. So Hopefully everyone understands that, but still, other things being equal, we would rather have it close right at 200. But above 200 works out all right too. We wouldn't want it to go like too much above 200, but you know, this is not bad. Let's check out Coney. This weekend I'll get the trades. Well, these guys have already rolled their options. They had these options right here, and their strike got blown through, and they're away in the money. So they bought these back at a loss, but they made money on the stock going up. So it's kind of a, you know, half a dozen of one or six of another situation. However, they rolled out up here to the 240 strike, and that expires next week. So we want the stock to keep going up and stop right there at 240. When you sell an option, or even if you sell an option spread, the max profit is always at the strike price. So in this case, 240 by next Friday, that's our max profit. It's at the strike price on the expiration. So we want it to go right here. Let's see, what else should we look at here? Let's look at a little in NVIDIA. Nice. That's pretty much, it's right in the middle of these. You wouldn't want it to go way over the profit boxes, or you definitely don't want it to be way under. That's pretty ideal finish for these guys. I think that's just right in the middle of four of their profit boxes. They do what's called ladder. They put these strikes at different calls. It's a laddering technique. Anyway, so I think that's about as good as we could hope for on that one. What about a little Misty? Let's check out Misty. God, look at that. Okay, you want to talk about a close on the highs. I always say I like close on the highs. Not only did this close on the high, in the last half hour of the day, it shot up. Whenever something does that, look at yesterday, they basically closed on the highs. And the day before, that's the stock telling you that the only reason it stopped going up is because the day ran out of time. You know, because 3 o'clock happened and they rung the bell at the New York Stock Exchange. And I know they trade after hours and stuff, but it's not real trading. It is, but it isn't. Anyway, but so when, that's the stock telling you, hey, I'm trying to go up more. So I like closes on the highs. Down there, that was your first clue on this day because you had a breakout. It was kind of in a tight range, and then boom, you had this massive bar, and then it closed on the highs, and it also kind of broke out of this range that it had been in. So that's a good sign. That might tell you, hey, you might want to look at calls. If you're trying to buy calls, or you might want to sell puts. Buy calls or sell puts when you think it's going up. Or buy the stock. And that's what these guys do. These guys own the stock. Not really, but they have a synthetic, which is like owning the stock. But they own the stock, and then they sell calls that are ahead of the stock and try to kind of thread the needle. But anyway, these guys have a lot of way they can go up before they get capped on the upside. So anyway, we'll see what happens next week with those guys. What else was I supposed to look at? I don't know if I have another one. NVIDIA, Cone. Did we look? Yeah, we looked at Coney. All right. Well, it's been a long week. I'll just let you guys go. But the best part about this report, in my opinion, or this is becoming my favorite part, is the buffer report. But I just noticed my buffer report's jacked up. All right. I'll have a separate report. Oh, there it is. Came back. All right. Well, let's just look at the buffer report real quick. I got you guys here. You made it this long. Look at this. And this is single day. So this is just on a one-day performance. Tesla outperformed Tesla. That's awesome. NVIDIA almost outperformed NVIDIA. That's also good. Coney outperformed the parent. OARC outperformed. This is a great day. AMZ outperformed. Apple, had a negative day, but it still wasn't as negative as Apple. So that's a good sign. AMD, leaves some room to be desired, but AMD's been on fire lately. TSLP is in line, but today you would definitely give the award to TSLY out of the TSLY and TSLP thing. And let's look over here at Goop and GUI. You'd give the award to GUI today for sure. So the YieldMax stocks won. Tesla and GUI won. today over over the two curve funds that are the same stocks. I need to put maybe the rest of the curve funds on here too. Anyway, maybe this weekend. All right, well, let's look what else. Let's just pick out the standouts. Look at that MRNY. That is a great performance. MSFO outperformed. PP outperformed. FBY was, I mean, almost outperformed. DSIO was in line. Infly was in line. Sky underperformed a little bit, but heck, that's no big deal. GUI outperformed. XOMO was in line. Goop underperformed. So GUI wins the award between GUI and Goop. Battle of the Google clones, or the Google high yield funds. Let's see, Clip had a nice day. Good job, Clip. MSFY was in line. All right, AEYY underperformed. But it outperformed so much the other day, I'm not that worried about it. And look at Misty's outperformance. My gosh, I almost think that's an error. By the time Sunday night comes, I'll have had all weekend to look at this stuff. Okay, on average, though, the parent still beat the child asset in this one, and it's just because of this AIYY outlier. I don't know what happened there, but in any event, still that's damn close. That, you know, the average high yield fund was up nearly just today 88 basis points. That's huge. The average parent asset was up 95 basis points. But that's great. That's the definition of buffer. You know, we all know the cover calls don't perform quite as well as just the stock by itself, right? You're capping some upside, and we all know why. But the thing is, you want to perform as well as you can. You would love it if you had a high yield fund that got like 90% of the parent's upside, like NVIDIA got, but did that on a daily basis. You would rather have what NVIDIA did than what AMD did, or God forbid, than what Goop did, one of the underperformers. Anyway, though, that's still within the realm of acceptable results there. As a group, they got about 90% of the parent's upside. That's incredible. All right, so what else should we look at? Let's look at these. Let's look at the NASDAQ. These are NASDAQ high yield stocks. So the best performer today was JEPQ. Good job, JEPQ. Look at that. JEPQ probably got 95% of that upside there. That's impressive. Bali, QQQI, those are in line. JEPQ had a really nice day also. I don't know what's going on with QYLD. QQQY was the underperformer of the day. It still made 54 basis points, which is nice. But, when the parent's up 1.5 points, that's just what happens. The daily funds have a ton of buffer. They buffer a lot more, which is bad on the upside, great on the downside. So they're built more for bear markets, more so than you watch. When a bear market comes, QQQY will beat the heck out of JEPQ. But in a bull market, it's hard to beat these Bali, JEPQ, GPIQ. They're great funds. And we are in a runaway bull market right now, it appears. So let's look at the SPX high yield complex. Okay, so the SPX itself was up 80 basis points, right? The best performing fund was Bali. Nice job, Bali. I have Bali on both lists. I think Bali's parent is actually an S&P. I think it's an S&P fund and not. I need to take it off the other list. But Bali did a hell of a job. Got almost all the upside. Great job. Bali's a great fund. Bali uses some leverage, and I think they have futures, and so Bali's a bull market fund as well. But you watch, JEPY will do a lot better as soon as the market starts going down. All right, XYLD underperformed. The rest of them were in line. The Goldman Fund, GPIX, had a nice day. SPY, that's in line. iSpy's in line. iSpy is actually a really good bull market fund also. The way they do their strategy has a lot of upside available to them. Same thing with Bali. All right, we've already looked at the single stocks. I want to look at a little 30-day. This is the 30-day change. So these figures should be more reliable. Single days can be kind of hit and miss, but this is pretty reliable. And boy, this is impressive. The best 30-day performance of the NASDAQ high yield complex was all QQQI. I was going to do a review on that, and I never did get around to that, but I love that fund. I started writing it. I need to finish it. That's a great fund. It's the same thing as SPY, same family, They give a lot of return of capital. They're really tax efficient because of the return of capital. Really well managed funds, made for bull markets though, but that's what we're in, and that's what we're in most of the time. So, all right, GPIQ also looked good over the past month, but they all look good. Valley's fine, JEPQ, that's about what you'd expect. Even QQQY got half the upside, that's fine. I mean, that's about what you expect from the Defiance ones because they have so much buffer. They aren't going to get 9/10 of the upside. They're going to be more like half the upside. But that's also good when it comes to downside because half the downside, you know. All right, so let's look here at the 30-day SPX. So Bali is on both lists. We've already discussed that. But anyway, Bali's definitely the fund of the month. iSpy's looking great. Also, the Goldman funds look great. XYLD is one of those funds that's kind of like the Defiance fund. It's going to have more. It's going to have more buffer on the downside. It's going to do better in a down market. But anyway, I will say this: JEPY over the past 30 days beat JEPI. That's pretty darn good. JEPY is a lot better fund than people realize it is. It's a sleeper. It beats JEPI all the time, and JEPI is engineered to have more upside and stuff, but lots of days, not always, but lots of days JEPY beats it. All right, guys, well, this time I think I got it all. I don't think I forgot anything. I'm going to do some work this weekend. I'll be back Sunday night. Oh, I got something to watch tomorrow night. I think this could be on tomorrow night, but tomorrow morning, Casey, or I call him Casey, Mike, the tactical stock scalper, we're going to record another podcast, episode 2 of our pod. And I bet you, I don't know when we'll put it up, but I'll post it. I'm thinking maybe Saturday night or something. I don't know. We're going to record it Saturday afternoon. If I was him, he's in charge of putting it up and stuff. I just put it up 7 o'clock Saturday night. In any event, I'll post it on all the Discords I'm on. I'll post it on Twitter and everything. And it'd be great if you guys watched it. I was a little bit nervous the first time, and I don't think I did I wasn't prepared for one thing. I don't think I did a very good job, but I'm not nervous anymore, and I'm going to be prepared this time. We're going to be talking about a bunch of stuff, but I'm going to be talking about ULTY, if you guys are interested in that, amongst other things. All right, guys, you have a wonderful weekend, and I'll talk to you later.